I think I was too young back then.
Yeah.
When Chak De came out as 20. And I am somebody who is a sort of a reserved person. I wouldn't say a shy person. A lot of people for some reason thought I have attitude.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's because probably I used to not pick up the call and say that I want work. Maybe. I don't know. A film like Chak De comes to you once in a lifetime. There are people who do 20 films, but today are not people don't remember them as an actor. Zaheer being in my life, being this positive person, he is somebody who can change a negative thought and make it positive. I'm the opposite because we put on something, but I sleep because I'm just generally somebody who sleeps early, but he'll kind of finish everything. So he watches a lot of content, films, TV shows. We both are very bad. Generally, me and my husband are very bad with dates and very bad with like all these giftings, Valentine's Day. We don't.
No, not for you.
We are very, no. And the good part is, because he is not and nor am I, so nobody feels bad.
No, that's a good thing.
So yeah.
Hi Sagarika, welcome to News 18.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
Good.
Good. So, it's lovely to finally meet you. And so, tell me what's been keeping you busy these days?
What's been keeping me busy? Well, I think I'm a person who likes to keep doing things. So, with being said that, of course, being connected to films is something that I have always been passionate about. It's something, that always drives me inwardly. So there are a few things that I'm developing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and of course, with that being said, I've also developed a new brand, launched a new brand, which is to do with clothes primarily, but it's about, you can see like there's painting done on the clothes. So it's all about hand painting. So I'm just developing the art of hand painting, which is an ode and something that I have grown up watching because my mom's been a painter and she's been doing that. So it's just a small gift from a daughter to a mother, I think, which which we have launched last year, and the response has been great. So yeah, these are a few things that I've been busy doing, developing a few concepts. I think post-COVID is where things started taking momentum with these things going forward.
Yeah. So, like you said, you're developing a few things. Are you venturing into production? Does that mean?
Something like that.
Okay.
But it's, for me, it's about venturing into production is something, you can say that is where the route or where the journey will go. But it's not that, a lot of people also thought that I think, oh, where is Sagarika? What is she doing? But I have always been doing things, it's just maybe the timing has not been the most ideal. But I've taken the rights of a novel right now. And the screenplay is ready. So I'm hoping that goes on floor. And also we have some sports content that's going on, which, there's a lot that is going to hopefully come out.
So you're going to be acting in that screen adaptation?
There are a few things that are going on. So, let's talk about it when it's, I think, closer and, things are all finalized.
Yeah. But, like you said, a lot of people have been asking you that where were you all these years? I mean, really, where were you? What kept you away from the camera?
Firstly, I don't know why this whole notion is that where Sagarika was, okay. Straight after Chak De, it was immensely grateful for a film like that to have happened in my career. After that, the film that I was actually looking forward to was a film which JP Datta was directing, which I almost had shot for 2 years. It was a very big film. We shot in the most greatest locations of St. Moritz, whether it was London, whether it was Rajasthan. It was a love story. Sabyasachi was doing our clothes. So it was a grand film. So straight after Chak De, that was the film that I was actually wanting to, for people to come out and see. But unfortunately, recession had hit that time.
Oh.
And that film is still it's not seen the light of the day. So.
Oh, but you like shot for it completely.
80%.
Wow.
But that was then, so I don't know.
Okay.
So I think the notion of Sagarika not doing work is something I would like to redirect or recorrect that question, because I have done work. I did a film called Premachi Goshta, which was in Marathi. I only did that because I wanted to act with Atul Kulkarni, because I thought he was like one of the finest actors I have seen. I feel like today when I've worked with him, there's so much I've learned from him. I did a film called Irada, which was with Nasir Sir and Arshad. Again, great actors. For me, I think it was all about doing a role or doing a character that takes me out of my comfort zone and makes me do something challenging. I've always looked at work like that. I've always looked at acting like that. Maybe done a little work, but whatever little I've done has given me immense satisfaction.
Yeah,
I feel.
Yeah.
For me, acting has always been something, that drives me. It's been a passion for me since I was in school, because I used to do a lot of dramatics. I studied in a boarding school. So I think acting and sports has always been something very close to my heart, and I'm fortunate that is what continued me, going forward. So language has never been a barrier. So for me, I've always challenged myself. I've also done a Punjabi film.
Yeah.
So, and I did a very different character. People always looked at me, oh, this, modern girl, how is she going to... I played a girl from, like a pinned girl, and I had to get the dialect right. And that was the challenging part for me, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So it's always been about challenging yourselves and doing something out of your comfort zone, and I'm so happy that I did all those things.
Sure. I think when people say that where you were all these years, they largely refer to the gaps that between your releases, for whatever reason that was. But while I can understand from your perspective as an actor that, the idea is to focus on quality more than quantity, have you never felt the, pressure to succumb to keep doing films just so that, you are visible?
Never. Because I think for everybody as a person, for me especially, everything has a time. You have to prioritize certain things, and you have to continue doing work according to that as well. So for me, it's always been about looking forward to doing other things also. For me, it was important, okay, I wanted to marry the person who I wanted to marry. I wanted to give enough time to that marriage. And luckily for me, I have a husband who's a very supporting husband who wants me to, make sure that I continue doing work. So I think that is again a plus point. But I feel everything, you need to look at life, and everything has a time, and you need to kind of give that much time to everything. So when looking back, I've never been that kind of a person. I've never, I've never been somebody wanting to do, oh, I need to be seen here, oh, I need to do this, oh, I need to do that. I never did it back then, after Chowdhury. I don't know good or bad, but it's fine. At the end of the day, I know I have continued doing things for myself in terms of whether it is, like I said, trying to develop these few things. There were a few other concepts that my father and me had sat and developed, which hopefully, I don't know, will see the light of the day. But there is enough work that even if I was not on screen, I was doing behind the scenes, the things that I thought I could connect with, or the things that I thought as an actor could be challenging tomorrow, for not me, but tomorrow if I go to somebody also who would like to do it.
Yeah, sure.
So I think it's about that, and it's about continuing with your passion, and I have done that, and I'm very happy and very satisfied about those things.
But generally, what has, the kind of subjects or scripts that you have been receiving, let's say the last 2-3 years, how happy or satisfied are you with those? Or do you think they could have been much better?
I think I think with this interview also, I think it is it's something that I think people will also, like I said, it's somebody like you who's telling me, oh, why haven't you done work, right? So I think it's more about also telling people like, okay, I mean, it's not that I've not done work, it's not that I don't want to do work, I want to do work, right? But it's about doing that quality work that you feel you should be doing. And yeah, I mean, if you think when you compare it, maybe things are, the kind of things that I want to get haven't come to me, but doesn't matter. There are a lot of other things that are going on which I am personally taking time out, wanting to kind of, you know, for people to come out and see. So yeah.
Yeah. You know, this also reminds me of what Neena ji had done a few years back. She actually took to social media and said that, you know, I am getting work, but I want to do good work. You know, I'm hungry for them. So keep them coming. And I think we saw, you know, the second innings, you know, in her career, and she's, I think, still at the top of her game. She's doing really good work for herself.
Again, she's a fantastic actor.
Absolutely.
mean, you know, I mean, she deserves to work.
Yeah.
So I think people who deserve to work eventually, people realize, I mean, people see, you know, the kind of work somebody has done. The body of work speaks a lot about a person. And I mean, I'm sure there are, I mean, work, there is work. It's just about you. And in fact, right now there's a lot more work than there was work back then because of the OTT space.
Sure.
So it's just about you choosing the right kind of work that you would like people to see you in. I think that is what matters at the end of the day.
Right. What's your thought then on asking for work, let's say? Are you okay calling up a filmmaker whose work you like and you tell them that, you know, if there's a role for me?
I think it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I haven't done that.
Okay.
I didn't do that back then, which I feel, I don't know if it was the right thing or the wrong thing to do. I know a lot of people even today were like, okay, you know, you need to, I have not been able to do that, but I think there's nothing wrong with it, you know. I think I was too young back then when Chowdhury came out as 20. And I am somebody who is a sort of a reserved person. I wouldn't say a shy person. A lot of people for some reason thought I have attitude.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's because probably I used to not pick up the call and say that I want work. Maybe. I don't know. But that's absolutely not true. I mean, you know, it's, I've always welcomed wanting to do work. And I think I have not done that back then of sitting with somebody and telling it on screen that, okay, you know, I want to work. I've not done that.
Yeah.
And so your question about me calling up anybody has not happened, but I don't see there's anything wrong in doing that.
Okay. No, absolutely. You know, a couple of weeks back, I was speaking to your Chowdhury co-star Vidya Malawade. And, you know, she was talking about this Chowdhury curse that, you know, the girls of Chowdhury, they have been affected with. And she said that it's not something that is, you know, born out of my own mind, but she was speaking to somebody and that person had apparently pointed it out to her. Don't you think, you know, the Chowdhury curse has hit all of you? Because Chowdhury was such a massive high. After that, you know, things did not probably pan out in the way they should have. What's your thought on this?
I think it's a very individual way of looking at things. I am somebody who will not look at things like that. Again, it's something very individually. I would say a film like Chowdhury comes to you once in a lifetime. There are people who do 20 films, but today are not, people don't remember them as an actor. They don't have anything to talk about tomorrow that, okay, or be grateful for a film like that, right? I just feel that I look at it in the most positive way, that a film like Chowdhury came to me when I was 20 years old. And it gave me a character where till today, people kind of come to me and call me by my character name. I mean, who gets to do that? So I think it's always about looking at things and how you look at things. Maybe for a lot of people, they look, so I think it's, you know, and all these things I have evolved. They've evolved with me. I've always been like that. I've always looked at life like that. But they have evolved over time. I think Zaheer being in my life, being this positive person, he is somebody who can change a negative thought and make it positive. And I think I've learned that from him. So I think today when you ask me that question, I mean, No.
No, no.
No.
So what do you have to tell those people who assume, and I've seen this all over Google when you type out your name and Zaheer's name, that she stopped working because she got married. Isn't that a very regressive thing to say?
That's actually completely false, because I think, like I said, I'm touch wood. I mean, I have such a supporting husband who actually, gets the better out of me in anything that I do, and I feel he's my biggest cheerleader today.
Yeah.
So yeah, not at all. In fact, he's the one who pushes me. He's the one who's Akuti, for example, my brand for my mother. It was his brainchild. He's the one who said that this is what you need to do for your mom. She's been doing this. You've been wearing her clothes, which have been painted since you were young. How can you not get this out to the world? You have to do it.
Yeah.
And he's the one who's pushed me and my mother to do this. So completely false.
Yeah. So do you have these moments when both of you sit and revisit your old films?
Revisit my old films. I sometimes I do, and sometimes I can tell him, "Oh, have you seen this? Have you seen that?" And I'm a little with him. It's always a lot of fun and being stupid. But I used to, for the longest time, I used to tell him, "Oh, I know you've not watched Chak De." He's like, "Of course I've watched Chak De. Why wouldn't I?" I said, "No, you've not watched Chak De. Watch it." But he's watched it. But yeah.
Is he a film buff though?
He loves to watch interesting content.
Okay.
I think. So yeah, he in fact in the night I'm the opposite, because we put on something, but I sleep because I'm just generally somebody who sleeps early, but he'll kind of finish everything. So he watches a lot of content, films, TV shows, anything interesting, documentaries. He's always somebody who wants to watch interesting things and also stimulate his mind. He's one of those people. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's been, I don't know how many years since you got married.
We got married in 2017. So 7? I'm sorry. We both are very bad. Generally, me and my husband are very bad with dates, and very bad with like all these giftings, Valentine's Day. We don't.
No, not for
and
you.
We are very no. And the good part is, because he is not and nor am I, so nobody feels bad.
No, that's a good thing.
So yeah, but I think at the end of the day, all these things don't matter. It's the connection that matters.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I mean, like we were talking about keeping a certain part of your life private, let's say, from the limelight.
Yeah.
And I think you guys did it. I mean, for the longest time, in the way that nobody knew that you guys are actually together, until there was this picture that floated around during Yuvraj Singh's wedding. Was that a conscious choice?
I don't think it was something consciously done. I think it's the people we are. I think more than me now, a lot more. But Zaheer's always been like that. I think even when he was at the peak of his playing days, I think he hardly gave any interviews, because he's just been a private person. For him, it was all about going and performing on field, and that's what mattered to him. So I think as a person, he was like that, and I think I'm not very different. So I think it was not like a conscious decision. It was something that just happened.
Yeah.
And yeah. But when it came out, it's not that we denied it. So, we're not those kind of people. There was no conscious effort in trying to hide or justify anything at all. But that's because of the people that, as personalities, that he and I are.
Right, right. Also the fact that two of you belong to two of the most high pressure jobs, you being an actor, he being a cricketer, we know that the expectations are high, the hours, are grueling. How did you make sure that what happens at work, let's say any work stress or something, that doesn't spill into your personal life? Because that can sometimes.
I think it is important for communication. So I think in case there is something that is disturbing him or me, it's important to kind of come back and have that conversation and talk about it, because at the end of the day, you guys are together, and you all have to kind of, you need somebody to vent out things too. So I think me and him generally have that sort of a relationship. If tomorrow anything is going completely wrong in my life outside, the only person that I want to come and speak to is him.
Sure.
So I
As it
think,
should be, yeah.
I think, I mean, and I look forward to doing that. So I think that whatever little, and I think so does he. I think for him, anything that in case, is not going the way that he probably wants it to, the first thing I know, he wants to come back and, we kind of talk about it. And I think that is the beauty of being married to somebody, you can share that relationship with.
And is parenthood something that you both see for yourselves?
Yes, very much. I mean, we both are very excited for that phase of our life, and fingers crossed, we're looking forward to it.
Lovely. Like we were talking before we started rolling about how, social media and this paparazzi culture has become like an inseparable part of a new actor's life. An actor who is starting out today, that sometimes takes a little more precedence, maybe your work. I mean, back in the day, like you said, I'm sure it wasn't this strong, the pressure of social media or photographers, stuff like that. But today, do you today feel the need to give in to that?
Honestly, not really.
Okay.
Again, I feel it's a very individual way of looking at things. For the longest time, Zaheer's Instagram was private because he was just not. He's just not a very social person. But now it's because he realized, okay, no, maybe it has to. It's fine to, it's your fans, and because we're just. It again, I feel it depends on a very individual way of looking at things, and today. It's okay. I mean, people. It's great that people get to see a glimpse of your favorite people, and but again, at the end of the day, it's very personal whether you choose to do that or not, right? Whether you want to go and be papped every day taking a coffee or not. So I think it's very individual, and that for me, and there has to be a sense of balance. So I think for us it's that. So as long as the balance is maintained, it's absolutely okay.
Yes. The last few years, actually, a whole lot of conversations, Sagarika, is happening about nepotism, like you must be aware of. You came from a place which, of course, we know, the background you come from, but there was no film connection there, if I'm not wrong, right? Have you ever been at the receiving end of, let's say, somebody with more connections, you being replaced by them ever?
After Chowdhury, I mean, see, like I said, after Chowdhury, the film that I was really looking forward to was this film that I shot for. I gave 2 years of my life, right? So I didn't sign anything because I was shooting for this film. I won't deny the fact that favoritism could be there, but at the end of the day, if your work speaks and if an actor or if a director really sees you in that character, I don't think they are going to want to kind of change you for somebody. It's there. I'm not saying it's not there, but I always look at things in a very positive way, and I've always looked at things like that. So it's not something I really bother or take too much notice. Notice.
But did it come ever in the way of work?
No, not really. No, not. Okay, I don't think so. I mean, maybe here and there were 1-2 films which I was supposed to do, but I didn't do, but somebody else did. But it was not like a particular person did it because that person was favorite or something. I don't think so. But I'm not saying it's not there. It's there, but I haven't really faced it that much. No.
Great. Lastly, I'll have to ask you this because everybody wants to know. Are you still in love? Sorry, what am I saying?
Love?
No. Are you still in touch with Mr. Shah Rukh Khan?
Whenever I see him in functions and things like that, it's always so nice to meet him and speak to him. So Shah Rukh sir is always like, for me he's sir, so I'll always address him like that. But it's always lovely to see him. He meets whenever he meets me, he meets with so much warmth and so much. For me, it's only respect for him because it goes back to Chowdhury for me.
Yes.
And it's always exciting. It's always so much energy when you meet him, I think. I
Absolutely.
think that's what he exudes all the time.
Sure, there's a reason why he's a
Yeah,
universal
yeah.
favorite, I think.
Yeah.
But no, on that note, thank you so much, Sagarika.
Thank you.
I am looking forward to the next time we see you on screen.
Hopefully
very soon.
Very soon, yeah.
But good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you.
Likewise.